what is up, guys? This is part 9 of my Vampyr 2018 walkthrough slash live stream. If anyone was here for the last part, it ended on a very somber note because my game froze on me. But hopefully, you know, we didn't lose a whole lot of progress. I did boot it back up after the stream, and if you were following along with us, basically, here, before I get into that, as always, if you enjoy my this gameplay, the story, or my personality, feel free to subscribe, because I stream every Tuesday and Saturday, 11:45 Central Standard Time, so you can always count on me to be there. If I'm not there on one of those 2 days, do me a favor, and if you're interested, go follow me on TikTok. It's under SgtParson's. That's where I do all my gaming updates. So if something comes up and I can't stream, that's where I'll be posting it. Probably on a story or maybe just a full post. As for the people that are in the live stream, as always, comment so I know you're there. And I see Jurassic and Barcoder here. Thank you guys for showing up. But again, this is going to be part 9. As I said earlier, if you were here in our last stream, it froze on me at the end, so I had to cut the stream a little earlier than I wanted to. And my girlfriend is in here, awesome. I booted the game up after the stream, and if you were following along, we didn't lose that much of progress. Mainly, we were at Lady Ashbury's mansion as we were leaving, so literally just the walk down the street, maybe a fight, and that's really all we missed. So that's good that we didn't lose a whole lot of progress. I think today, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be into today when it comes to the story. But I also, if you're watching this after the fact, first off, I want to thank you, because I'm glad people would want to sit down and watch a 2-hour, you know, walkthrough slash live stream. I appreciate that so much. You can always fast forward about 4 to 5 minutes into the streams, or into the video, because I like to give people that are live streaming here a chance to pop up before I get into it, if they're here for the story. So never feel bad about fast forwarding 4 or 5 minutes into the video and getting right into the gameplay or the story. But yeah, I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes to see if anyone else is gonna pop in, and then we're gonna get started. I'm very excited to play today. I think we're gonna make some progress. We're a good ways through some of the story. I think we have a few chapters left. So before long, we're gonna be seeing the finish line. And when that does come, I've already made it clear. The next stream that I'll be doing is going to be a morally evil playthrough of Vampyr. So if you've been watching this stream and like, wow, he likes to play a very moral vampire, that won't be the case. Why am I so excited tonight? I'm just trying to bring some energy. Like, it's been an okay day. It hasn't been the best, and I look forward to my streams, and I like to try to put that passion that I have for gaming and stories like Vampyr out to people. What was I saying? Lost my whole train of thought. Oh, but if you've been sitting here going, wow, he's a very moral vampire, well, the next playthrough, and just about anyone that can be drained will be drained. So I have no idea what the world's going to look like. I have no idea what the consequences are going to be. But we'll have plenty of XP to level up, so that'll be interesting. But now that we got, I see Phantom, Barcode, Jurassic, Kaylin in here. The evil vampire run, yes, will be coming up after the ending of this series. So, very excited for that. I think that's what some people probably came to this one for, but I wanted to show you the story, and I feel like the story does take a hit if you play it that way. I'm on track to try to get the good ending for you guys. Apparently there is a best, a good, and a bad ending. I can't get the best possible ending, so it looks like I'll probably go for the ending that I've got before. The only difference is in the best ending, you can't drain anyone at all. But that being said, there's the update. Hope you guys enjoy the stream tonight. If you're watching it back, I really hope you enjoy Part 9. Part 8 was probably one of my favorite parts. It was extremely action-packed, had a lot of story in it. So I know the main story, we're going to go meet the Ascalon Club, the elite vampire group. So that should be interesting. But let's go ahead and get started. Sitting here drinking my Pepsi. I decided not to eat on the stream because I don't know if that affects the audio, so I'll eat after the stream. Thank you guys for showing up. As always, it means so much. You might be right, you might be wrong, Jurassic. Not gonna spoil it, but I'll just say not necessarily. That's all I'll say. So as you see, this is literally like a few minutes before where my screen froze. So I will say it now in case anything technical happens. Knock on wood. If it does drop, I'll basically just boot it back up. So if you're curious if I'm gonna boot it back up, yeah, if it's less than 2 hours, I'm gonna boot it back up. So feel free to show up for that if that happens, but hopefully it won't. Just wanted a record in case I'm right. I can glow. Fair enough, Jurassic. Fair enough. All right, so we are going to a place to upgrade, I believe. Guess what we decided on? There is the rogue vampire that wrecked us last time, which froze the game. So we'll go ahead and fight this guy real quick. Don't remember if we fully upgraded anything. Probably should do that spear, but I'm choosing not to. Let's get some more, probably, health. I'm wondering if this regeneration is worth it. We're gonna go on a risky path here. We're gonna go upgrading the bite and upgrading the regeneration and hope that pays off. Alright, got us to level 19. That's pretty good. Let's see the... Everybody's still healthy. Headaches. I don't think I have medicine for that. Good, good. Don't have migraine medicine. Oh, we got 2 more for what fatigue looks like. Cold. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to make some cold medicine. Let's present ourselves to the Ascalon Club. Wait, am I? Okay, so I'm near the hospital. So let's head to... Let's go the back way. Right. Oh, did I? Oh, okay, hello.
All of you bloody leeches need killing.
Okay. That Shadow Veil. That's gonna be useful. Now I'm figuring out how to use it. I still don't want to fight this vampire. I feel like I want to wait for that 35 seconds, but alright, screw it, we'll go for it. Well, the shotgun takes an age and a half to reload. That did nothing. Oh my god. Damn. He has that bloodberry ability. That bloodberry ability actually looks like it'd be really cool. I'm worried that it costs a lot of blood to make it effective. Was that a... Oh, it's like Fergal.
He's done for.
Oh yes, happy 4-year anniversary to my wonderful girlfriend. Look, at the very start of our anniversary, she's here watching me stream Vampyr. If that isn't couple goals, I don't know what is. Thank you, Jurassic. Make sure he wasn't following me. Yet another blocking that I can't get past.
It's locked.
Just trying to figure out how they expect me to get to where I need to go. Means I'm gonna have to deal with this vampire. So we know the rage that does not work on these rogue Ekans.
This is now my domain, young Ekon.
Oof. What was that ability he used on me? I did not like that at all. That was a rather unpleasant experience there. That sounds wonderfully appetizing.
Recognize him? No. This one ain't on our list. Well, that's one less anyway. It'll make the colour matter.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Definitely not. What level are they? Yep, no. See, what? I felt confident. And you see the level on those enemies? Say what? 28? It's just me, or there are a lot of other Ekans subtly popping up. I mean, you could say that. I mean, she didn't say there weren't vampires in London. She just said that, like, a lot of the upper ones weren't there. Makes sense. There'd probably be a lot of the, lesser Ekans.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
I hope those people we saw earlier wasn't like setting it up for the levels I'm going to be facing, because that hurts my spirit a little bit. I just leveled up and felt confident. Yep, everybody's going to be way higher than me again. No, I knew it'd be more difficult for sure. Alright, so we're finally in the West End, so this is probably going to have lots of interaction, since we're probably going to have to meet all of these people this part. So, every other part after this is probably going to have very little.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Lady Ashbury's daughter? That's cool.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
To answer your question, Jurassic, can Ekans have biokids? No, I think that's what this question's about to answer. I think she's adopted, I guess.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
If they were to make a live-action movie inspired by this game, what do you think the story would be? I mean, they would probably cut out a lot of these interacting moments, but really, you could just do the story of, you know, Jonathan is a doctor during this time period, having to cope with being a vampire. I'm not sure which way they would go about it. You could go a horror route, similar to like Dracula Untold, and say he kind of, you know, how do I say it? Feeds into his inner aggression. Or you could do like, personally, I think a morally vampire would be a lot more interesting. But that's how I would say it. It'd just be like my playthrough.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
An interactive show would be dope too.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Please, sir, whether you need to buy something or not, I'm...
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
How could he not take what everything is happening seriously?
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I...
This guy's weird. Like, he's a weird individual.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Just a weird fella. Okay. What are we buying? Springs. Okay, well we can get rid of a little bit then. 100. Do that. Didn't realize I had so many like resources or like lying around. Oh my god. There has to be a faster way to do this. Alright, we're just gonna do that much. I don't want to keep messing with it. I put us up to 500 and we haven't even looked at everything. I'll probably come back to this guy when I figure out what I actually need. Because I think this is kind of all I need. So.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry, I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I've heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath it.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. Everything. Vampires.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. So many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can serve?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Trying to catch everybody I can before I go in there. Reed's Mansion. I have a nice family mansion.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir, so my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
You really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
I really don't know. I have always enjoyed seeing new horizons. Once the epidemic is over, it would be nice to leave London for a while.
I understand, Mr. Jonathan.
But you have to realize that your mother needs you. Your next departure could break her heart.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
What a great butler. What an absolute A1 butler that the Reed Mansion has. See, I almost feel like talking to my mother is just a bad idea. I don't see that being a good idea in any way, but we're gonna go do it.
Yes, Jonathan.
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, but this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister?
Oh
Where
boy.
is Mary?
Mary. She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I lost my way. Somewhere between the boat and the house, my life changed completely.
You should have told me, Johnny. I would have understood. You always were a secretive little boy.
I don't think she would have understood.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty, dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson, and my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
What is up, Zach? One away for upgrading it. Ugh. Damage? Probably need damage. Alright, well I guess I'll buy parts to make that upgraded. And rivets. Need 2 rivets. So rivets and a trigger. I could have bought that.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Let me see if this necklace is worth selling or breaking down. Oh, I can't break it down now? We checked out the Reed Mansion. I'm trying to find all these other people. Not sure where they would be. I love the music in this game.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Please, help me to disobey the voice.
Is she okay? Jeez.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones, their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. I need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
How do I even help this lady?
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
I don't see how I can help that lady. That's what it could be. Like, unless she really is just delusional. It would be far-fetched. It's just weird that the vampire is influencing her. Like, what's their end game?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny, I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Okay.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
Not gonna remember that, but okay. Here's Clarence. That's true. Still missing a lot of people here. Let's try to find Emily. It's probably one of the other people that I need to interact with. I knew you were gonna say that. I don't think that's the way. Here we go. Maybe not. Gotta get in there somehow. So it feels like we're going the wrong way. Is this her house? That's what I'm saying, it's gotta be her house. So I don't get it. I'm right on top of it. Yeah, that's literally it, so I don't know what I'm missing. Somehow I can get up there. Maybe I have to go through Venus's house, so guess I can't do that right now. Why is the testament way over there? Why not? So this could be one of those ones where it's just the general area and I have to figure it out.
Are you dead? Lead spotted! Watch out, boys!
How do we get up there?
There's one of them! Watch yourself! Watch it! It's a killer! Burn it!
Are you kidding me? Why? This is a digital only game, so it can't be an error with a disc. I've played through this game before and never had a single drop. I've had so many drops dealing with this on YouTube. And it's doing just like last time. I can't back out. Alright, I'm probably just going to end this and then just have like another hour and a half stream after if you guys want to stop by. If you're watching this back, I'm sorry if the enthusiasm fell. But this is getting a bit frustrating. It's like the third freeze that I've dealt with in this run. But I'm gonna call it for this part 9, and I guess we'll do an hour and a half part 10 tonight if you guys are interested. If not, I understand, but I'm still gonna play through it. So if you don't want to show up for the stream, that's absolutely understandable. But if you were interested in keeping up with the gameplay or the story, the hour and a half gameplay will be up. But I'm gonna end it here. Sorry guys, again, it's another somber ending of a part, back to back now. But if you're watching this back, there will be a part 10 uploaded very fast because I'm about to end this and start a new one. So thank you guys for showing up. If you want to show up for the next part, I'm going to boot it up right after this. So hopefully that one performs better. But again, thank you guys for showing up.